From Wood TV 8, this is a breaking news alert.
We begin this afternoon with breaking news. 2 Wyoming police officers will not face charges for a man's death after he was shot by police.
Just an hour ago, Kent County Prosecutor Chris Becker revealed the man did not die from those officers' gunshots, but rather a self-inflicted one. News 8's Duncan McLean was there for that briefing. Duncan, what else did the prosecutor say about the case?
George, Sue, we're live outside the Kent County Prosecutor's office in Grand Rapids, where we just learned what you just said. No charges will be filed against those 2 Wyoming officers who responded to that incident on September 16th. Kent County Prosecutor Chris Becker adding they should be commended for how they handled a tense and chaotic call to that home in Wyoming, and clarified that the man who died that night ultimately was killed by a self-inflicted gunshot wound, not the 2 shots that he was hit by, fired by those officers that night. They also released body cam footage of the entire incident, as well as the audio from the 911 call. We got a chance to look at and listen to that as part of the announcement today. The body cam is from officers Rotman and Bournes. It shows their approach to the home at 216 Lamira on September 16th as they are relayed audio and information from dispatch. They were told that a resident inside the home had obtained PPO papers against the man that had invaded the home, now identified as Luis Sandoval. According to Becker and Heard on that 911 call, he fired his gun multiple times to gain access to the home after trying to break down the door. As officers entered, 2 men left the home, followed a short time later by 3 additional people, including a child, who were visibly and audibly frightened. As they exited, Sandoval then appeared and pointed his gun at the 2 responding officers. Those officers both fired shots, hitting Sandoval in the ear and neck and ribs with 2 connecting shots. An autopsy, though, determined those 2 shots would not have been fatal, and Sandoval ultimately died by a close-range gunshot wound to the head, supported by soot found in the wound and a casing found near where he died. Becker explained the grounds and reason that no charges will be filed against those Wyoming officers.
They had reasonable cause. This, when you're looking at self-defense, defense of others, both of these apply here. They have reasonable to believe the violent way he had acted leading up to that. As he comes around the corner, both officers indicate he's clearly pointing the gun towards them, whether it be when they're at the door or even Officer Rotman, when he's outside, sees the gun out towards the window. They don't have to wait for him to fire. From the investigation, it does not appear that he actually fired at the officers. There's 3 casings outside that indicate he clearly did fire into the house through that door at some point in time, and there's a single casing that was used to kill himself.
Additional information shared by Becker this morning. It was Sandoval's 2nd time visiting the home where he previously lived that day. The family had filed a digital police incident report online, but had not requested officers' presence on that first visit. The PPO paperwork that was pulled had not yet been filled out or served, but Becker said that even if it had been, it wouldn't have changed the officers' response, as they were operating under assumption that there was a PPO violation underway. He also said that the barriers of cost and turnaround time to filing PPOs is something that his office is looking at as Domestic Violence Awareness Month continues, saying that maybe more could have been done if that process was a little bit easier. We also heard seconds before we came on air just now from Wyoming PD that those 2 officers had been on administrative leave since the incident. They have been reinstated and are back on duty now. Our coverage of this will continue in this evening. We'll bring you that audio from the 911 call, as well as more observations from the body cam footage that we're reviewing now. For now, live in Grand Rapids, Duncan McLean, News 8.